Hey y'all, welcome back. This is your boy Smitty. We're on to stage 2, or part 2, whatever you want to call it, of our 4L60E build right there. So today we're going to start building some of the components and try to get everything put together in a short amount of time. So make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, hit the notification bell so you get all the latest updates, so you keep getting the videos. Like and share with your friends, comment, all that good jazz. And without further ado, let's get rolling. Alright, I'm gonna pull up a bench here. Just already put my day in at work. Alright, let's start with the seal kit. This is going to be the dullest razor knife. Excuse me. Alright, first things first. See this gasket right here? This one right here? Throw that damn thing in the garbage, because that's what they're good for, is junk. Ha! Backhanded, I even made the trash can. Alright, go get you, the transmission places carry it, they're called Duraprene, or you can go to GM and get you a pan gasket, or this one's an aftermarket, but they're kind of like a cardboard. These things seal. They work really well. Once the transmission fluid hits them, they seal right up. And of course, bolt torque is critical. So even with the crappiest gasket, if you don't torque them, you'll mushroom it just like you do an old 350 turbo pan gasket, and then they're worthless. Alright, the 4L60E has color-coded gaskets for a lot of them. You've got seal rings here, and what they are is you've got these 4 smaller Teflon seals. They'll go in your input housing. These 2 bigger white shaft on the other side of your pump, and then you've got some scarf cut seals for certain pistons, and mainly they're for the 2.4 servo, but we're not going to get into that one right now, so just set it aside. You get an output shaft seal, and you got a torque converter seal. We're not going to need those right now, so we'll put them back in there. This, which if you don't know what this is a for putting your lip seals in, and the way it works is you stick it down in the deal, and since it's flexible, you just roll it around and it lets you put the seal in. It works pretty slick. Okay, you've got another couple of color-coded ones, and I call this the top hat seal. This top hat seal is your dipstick tube seal. Then you've got your pump filter seal there. That's your main shaft seal in between the input and output shaft. This orange one is the torque converter shaft seal. You've got a big green one that'll go inside the input housing. You got this little green fat one, that one will go on your wiring harness, and you got a couple others that I'll show you, and then there is a snap ring in there which is for your input housing. Normally these are painted yellow, like, get off of there. I'll end up pulling the whole thing off. This is what they usually look like from GM. They're painted bright yellow. Well, not real bright, but that way you can see them. All right. Oop. Told you I'd kick the tripod. All right. You've got a couple other ones here. This blue, and it's almost fluorescent blue, really. This blue and this red one, those are for your 2.4 servo. Then the rest of them are the lip seals. They're just various sizes. This one with the orange paint on the outside of it, that goes on your tail shaft. This one with the yellow stripe on the outside of it, that goes on the outside of your pump. And then you've got some small seals. You've got new clips for your oil cooler lines, and some filters, and your bolt O-rings, all in that little bag. So leave that one closed until last. All right. So now we got all that sorted out, and I kind of explained it. I just kind of like to leave everything in the bag until I need it. And let's start with this reverse input housing. Now, since this housing is new, we don't have to put any bushings in it because it already came with new ones in it, both sides. So we're good there. This is where gloves come in handy. Oh yeah, almost forgot. When I do my transmission builds, I gotta find a bucket. Okay, what I was gonna say is get yourself a bucket, a clean bucket, and put some transmission fluid in it. I like to soak my clutches in fluid. And yeah, some of you are probably saying, well, you don't have to do that. This isn't going to have fluid in it anyway, but you know, I've done it as long as I've ever built transmissions. There's no point in stopping now, so I like to have them good and soaked. So we'll just get all of our clutches and stick them in there. You don't want to plop them all in there together. If you can, kind of separate them as you stick them in there. That way they at least get some fluid in between them. And the fluid that I'm using is equivalent to Dexron 6. It's actually AMSOIL. I'm a dealer with them, and I've used AMSOIL I used to use it in my shop all the time too. No problems whatsoever out of them. Alright. Now that those are soaking, set that off to the side. Alright, so you need to find your seals for your reverse input, and there's only two. You've got an input, you get an inside and you get an outside. So the easiest way to do this is just, they're both going to be a lip seal. So you got one that'll be on the inside, and you can tell it's going to be a smaller one, so it's probably going to be this one right here. That little dude. And it's not. So you know it's not that one, so get the next bigger one. Process of elimination. Here we go. That one there. We'll check to make sure that that is the correct one. And that one's too big. So we'll shove that one towards the back in there. Let's try a third time. And that is the correct one. Get in there. There we go. You need to make sure that the lip is always goes down. This is going to be the top of your piston. So if you notice, the lip is actually pointing down. The reason why is when the fluid comes against it, it pushes that seal out against the sealing surface, so it makes it seal. So now you need to find your outside one, and it looks like that might be it right there. Yep. Alright. There's your two seals. Alright. So set your deal off to the side again. Now, I don't remember if I've got a... I don't. Alright, here's where the lip seal comes, or the little seal thing comes in. I like this low tack blue. See, it's pretty thin, because it doesn't, it's easier to spread, and I'm not afraid to use this. I mean, you can get carried away with it, but the main thing I'm concerned with is making sure that the sealing surfaces are lubed, because if the seal skips on it before it gets fluid to it, which I'm not saying it can, but if it did, it could easily rip the seal. Alright, so I've lubed the inside just like that on both surfaces, and we're gonna lube the seal too. You know, they used to use red trans gel, but they kind of eliminated that because people might see some of the trans gel, the red trans gel, and assume that their transmission was leaking, which that wasn't the case. I mean, sometimes it's just because that's how it was put together. Alright, this piston, I could have sworn I had I don't think I brought the seal protector home with me. Alright, so you need to take your time with this. You can do it without the seal installer. And then this dude here, you can actually slide down in there. Kind of walk it around. They actually have a seal installer from GM for this. I mean, it makes it like lickety split. It goes right in there. There we go. Alright. So it's in there. So next comes your spring. And then find your snap ring that goes with it. Should be this dude right here. Grab your press or whatever you've got equivalent to it. You know what? I can use the other piece. This right here. This will work better anyway. You can make this at home if you don't have something like this. I mean, it wouldn't take much. You know, there's plenty of aftermarket stuff, but this just so happens to be the GM one. You really only want to push this down far enough to expose the snap ring groove. But it'll go down a ways. Alright, I'm there. Just take your snap ring. Don't over just enough to get it on there. Make sure it's all the way in the groove, all the way around. See it up there close. Make sure it's seated all the way in that groove, and then you're done. Alright, so there's that. Now to build your clutch, you need your plates. Now you're probably asking, well, how come you didn't air check it? Well, let's see. Yeah, you can check it this way. Your wave plate goes in first. Then you get a steel. I like to find the one that was originally on the bottom, like that one there, because it's got no wear on that side. Put that in there. Then, out of your bucket of clutches, find your overruns. Then you go fiber, steel, fiber, steel, fiber, steel, fiber, and then your pressure plate. Then it takes the flat, just the flat snap ring, My glove had a blowout. And there we go. That's your reverse input housing. So we can set that off to the side. Alright, y'all. So like I said, I'm trying to keep these videos a little shorter so you can research what you need. That was the reverse input housing. So in the next video, we'll start building the input housing with your overrun clutch, your forward clutch, and your 3/4 clutch. So until next time, so make sure that you subscribe if you like what you see. Hit that like button, turn the notification bell on, comment and share with your friends, and leave me a comment. I do read them. That being said, until next time, take care of yourself, take care of each other. God bless you, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.